Today we are doing here a little portrait, something a little bit different from a usual portrait nonetheless. And for that, as always, we are going to use our Fold Pro Ear of the Horse tattoo machine with a 2.5mm stroke and around 5 volts all the time. We can go eventually to 5.5, eventually 6 if we need to, but mostly 5 volts. And with this tattoo machine we are going to use as well our ballpoint pen cartridge here. It's a black one, and we are going to attach this onto our tattoo machine. Then we just need to fire it up and it's ready to go. Okay, so let's start. Usually I tend to start from the top down, however today we are going to start beneath here and we are going to go up, and eventually for last we are going to save the hair, since it's mostly like a black spot all over it. So let's start. Okay, we are going for here the shoulder. Now also always using for now a really light base, almost without touching the paper, letting just the tattoo machine do the work for us. We are going to stipple here, like doing a general basis. On this light stippling, like all around. And then we are going to darken up the spots we need to create that sense of contrast, okay? I think that's way too bright, sorry. Yeah, I guess that's better now. So, let's start darkening up things around here. How you guys are doing in this fine Friday? It's already the end of the week. Hello, I'm sorry, I don't understand what that means. Hi. Why don't I do your Turkish? What? Sorry. Hello. Olá, Bruna Souza Pereira. Guess. Brasileira? So here you have to be really careful, because we are counting with really small, really subtle changes in tone, so you need to really be careful with this, and because that's what's going to sell the design cell. What I mean cell is like what's gonna to turn everything more realistic, let's say that way. I'm sorry, let me just, I guess I have an order. Wait just a few moments, I'm just going to pick up an order. And I'm back. Sorry about this. Just got a mail order. I think it's from Dragonhawk. I guess they sent me something around here. Let me just check. And I also can share with you guys what I received here. Yes, it is from Dragonhawk. So, that's what I got right now from the mail. Like a box of machine protection for your tattoo machines. Pretty dope. Also, second skin, also from Dragonhawk. Nice. Afterward I'll be doing like a review video on all this. And also have, I don't know what this is. Oh, more. Okay. Another one for another second skin. So we have here like two boxes. Nice. One okay, that's the difference. One is hypoallergenic, another is like standard. Okay. Nice. Pretty dope. They are really cool in me. So, let's keep going, right? Also, this machine is from Dragonhawk. It's the Fold Pro Ear of the Horse. If you want something like this, this is an absolute beast in tattooing. Nothing compared with the Fold Pro Original. I used the Fold Pro Original for a couple of years, and it lacked a little bit of power, especially on those much needed like bold lines, you know. You needed to slow down your hand a lot to push those bold lines, and with this machine, just forget it. This is an absolute beast. Like in comparison, this goes up to 4.5mm stroke, and in comparison, I guess I never use the 4.5 honestly, even for those bold lines. I've just used like the 4.1. Didn't need to to go that further. So we are building here the tone. Let me just, okay, yeah. Nothing is definitive right now, you know. This is just like the first approach here. Thank you, David Robinson, or David Robinson, for the follow. Thank you very much. Every follow here is really appreciated. Trying to grow my YouTube channel and trying to get into the YouTube partner program. Not there yet. So every view and every follow is very much appreciated from you guys. So I'm lightly cross-hatching the areas I need to darken up a little bit more, building up slowly the tone. Okay. Okay, now let's go for the jaw. Also going to apply that light layer first. And by the way, I'm not sponsored by Dragonhawk. They just send me some products for me to review, to test. This machine was one of them. I had no obligation on saying whatsoever about them. So now I'm going to refine the jawline, and doing that by cross-hatching and darken up the spots we need. Here in Stippling, when you want to refine certain areas, we don't simply cross a line around it. We just use the contrast, the dark and light, to create that sense of contrast and border. See, as you can see here already, that's not done, but you already can see like something. Hello, Renata. You miss me? Well, I've been here every day. I was going to start earlier today, but I had a tattoo appointment, so yeah, I didn't got to do it earlier, but I'm here now. All good with you? How's your Friday? So as I said before, nothing of this will be definitive for now, okay? This is just like a base layer, and then according to the rest of the drawing, we'll see if it's needed to be a little bit more contrasty or not, so we'll see then. Okay. But yeah, I had today in the early morning a tattoo appointment, like some fine line thing. Actually, most of the stuff I do happens to be fine line. Now another, again, that base layer I talked before, right? Here you need to be really careful because it's a face, right? So you have to be really gentle with everything, so we accidentally don't push way harder than we need to. Because then we can't erase, right? Okay. Now I'm going for the eyebrow. And here we have a little bit more room to play with because it's really dark. So we are a little bit more comfortable doing that. Okay. Also the nostril. We are going to do it right now. Okay. And we also can do like the lips. just figuring out how it's going to work. This is a really small area, so we need to be really careful with this. For now, that's it, just for marking the spot. Now, on the nose, let's see, we have here going to create here a little highlights. Okay. Really gently. Creating those shadows and the shapes on the face. Okay. Cross hatching from different sides, always. Okay. Well, this music, I can just change this music. What the hell is this? Well, I guess it's something about my PC, I don't know. It seems like. Yeah. Well, forget the music. Let's focus on our work. The speakers were going with some weird distortion, I don't know why. Okay. I can just reaffirm this, the lips, at least this shape. Yeah. I'm going to leave like the teeth white, just to create this contrasty look to it. Yeah, I guess that's cool. Now, what can we do more here besides doing the hair? We are going just to develop a little bit more here the face around the jawline, and we are going also to darken up a little bit more this area here. Yeah. Just dragging the shadow a little bit downwards. Yes. And now let's start working on the hair. Eventually you will need to address this area a little bit further, but let's just start with the hair. We're going to define here the area of the hair. Supposedly here the hair, it's almost like all black. I don't want to do that way, you know. I don't want like a huge black mess around here. It's not interesting visually. It doesn't have any depth to it, so let's see what we can do to get some texture out of the hair, right? Just outlining everything around here. We have some strands here up here that we are going to develop a big attention to this, because this will also help us to give a little bit of an extra texture to the whole thing. So it's like I said, so it's not just like a huge black mess. Okay. Now we're dealing with those strands here up here. There are a little bit more beyond the hair itself. Obviously we aren't going to do like the individual strands of hair inside the hair, obviously not. That's a little bit counterproductive, right? So we are just doing this for these loose hairs, just to give it a little bit more a dynamic look to it, okay? We also have here a couple of those. Okay, for now, that's cool. And let's start then with our hair. So this is the direction, okay, I'm following. As I said before, I usually don't like to follow, don't like of my dots to be like in a specific direction. I usually like to cross hatch, so it comes a little bit unnoticed of where's the direction that the dots are falling. However, there are certain specifics, certain areas that we do want to make that statement almost. Okay, this is one of those, because the stipple direction allows us to see how the hair is behaving, and that is how we can we're going to work to avoid filling this entirely with black. Okay. I'm just like freehanding this a little bit. A little bit like go with the flow. So we already have here our main lines. We just need to work with them. Okay. That actually helps you if they are not like parallel lines, you know, if there's some variation like it is, for instance, you have here more closed, here a little bit more open, and that also helps you sell the idea of something a little bit more realistic and a little, not properly realistic, but a little bit more organic. That's like the vibe I want to channel here, like something more organic. So here you already have like some guidelines. You can also like have a few strands here of hair. And right here I'm not worried about doing like a light impression on the paper. On the contrary, I'm just like pushing it a little bit with more force than I usually used to, because then we are going to go with a cross hatching and the stippling shading, and I want this to be visible, because eventually we are going to kind of fill this whole area, right? So I want that this remains visible, so people can actually see the direction of the hair. Yeah, something like this. Now, let's start now with a little bit of shading inside all this. And by the way, thank you very much if you are here. Thank you very much for keeping me company. I really appreciate it. My point here is to obviously, first of all, train. Secondly, get my, let me just get up a little bit more here, because I'm working with really large areas now. So first and most important part here is for me to train. That's not my main reason, obviously. And since I was doing this every day, why not use my means to record, not record, but as I'm doing here, like live stream it. That's my main reason. Secondly, obviously trying to grow my YouTube channel, trying to come to the YouTube partner program. I'm not still there. I still miss a couple of thousand hours. Eventually we'll get there. I'm not in a rush to do it. And I appreciate every single one of you there, keeping me company and helping me get into that goal. Here what I'm doing, and there's something you can do as well, I'm just circling, okay, when I'm shading. Big open circles. Okay. Always cross-hatching. So the hair should be really dark, but we don't lose, as we said before, we don't want to lose the direction, okay? We're going to darken up a little bit these areas. Closer to the skin, just to give it a little bit more contrast. And closer to the void. Also going to darken up a little bit more on the other edge. Oops. It's starting to come to something interesting for now. At least this part, it sounds very interesting. Let's get towards the bottom now. Cross hatching, as always. Let me just do here a little strands of hair. Like some loose strands here. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Now also going to darken up this whole area as well. Again. Damn it. This cartridge, I've been using it for a couple of designs already, so it's rubber. This part here is almost non-existent. It's a little bit up. Let me just go down a little bit, everything. Now, our base is almost done here. What I'm going to do right now is just pulling some hairs here to showcase once more, come on, the direction. Okay. As you can see, we don't have like this, the whole hair in all black, of course. It's very, very dark, obviously, that was the point, but that's not completely black. So you can force a little bit more strands like this around the hair, right? Oh, sorry for the recent comment. I honestly can't understand what that is. Yeah, and that's done. This cartridge is done. Let's go for another one. So we'll take off this little nib here. Going to prime it. Okay, and now let's go. Here we'll likely achieve the tone we want. Something like this, yes. Let me just darken up a little bit more so you guys can see it properly. Yeah. I guess that's something like this. Yes. That's something like this. A really interesting exercise. It was kind of fast one, but interesting nonetheless. More here on these areas, and of course the face, because it was really tiny. So guys, what do you thought about this? What do you thought about this live? What do you thought about this design? Was it cool? It wasn't properly the more interesting design I brought here, for sure, but since I'm doing this in a daily basis almost, so I can always bring amazing designs and spectacular designs. However, I hope you guys liked this little bit, at least this hour we passed here. Hope you guys liked it, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow there's another live, as always. So stay cool, have a nice Friday, and see you tomorrow on our next live. And if you want to learn a little bit more about this stippling technique, you can also check my course here on my channel on YouTube. I have a full course for free. The link it's in my description. And if you want to know a little bit more about this, as I said before, it's a tattoo machine. It's the Dragonhawk Fold Pro Year of the Horse. You also have my coupon code if you want to get something like this, Anxious Spokes 10. Also, we have here a ballpoint pen cartridge that we use to do this design, and much more if you go see my YouTube channel.